Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to take a look at the Hasbro, what is this, fucking Legacy line? Their Motormaster. So here he is in his truck mode, which, it's fine, I guess. I mean, for a Hasbro figure, it's fine. Let's see, these wheels don't really want to stay down. So that sucks. So it's like the weight of the trailer is too much to really... As you can see, they kind of splay out a little bit. But it's too much for the little hinges. So, a little bit of a bummer there. But the Motormaster part actually looks pretty good. He's got the big gaping hole here, but... I don't think anything comes down to hide that. Yeah, it's fine. There's not really much more to say about this. And just as a quick word of note, we will not be looking at the little battle station mode, because why? Don't like those things. Never will, never have. So, yeah. And here he is with drag strips, so you can see how big he is next to another Stunticon. So, that's pretty fair-sized. And yeah, let's go ahead and get him transformed into robot mode. And while we do this, just to let you know, I will be doing the combined mode in this video, because we actually have enough to do a combined mode. And yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. Normally, I don't do combined modes until I have the whole set. I want to do merit on the figure itself. So we're going to kind of do a rating on Motormaster, and then we'll do a rating on Menasor when it's done, but we'll take a look at Menasor. But anyway, let's get him transformed. So, first thing we want to do is, let's split these here. And these will come out like this, and then you can kind of get the legs down a bit. You take this panel here and fold this up. This comes down just like that. Rotate the foot around. Then this wheel will fold in. Straighten the legs out. And let's see, I believe these, if you push them far enough, they will lock into place. Not the strongest locking mechanism, but it is there. So this will fold in. This will fold down, and this will fold over here like this, and that down like that. So, nothing too extravagant here. So that tabs to there. Straighten the leg out. Push that into its locking position. Rotate the foot around. Fold the wheel in. This collapses, locks in, collapses, locks in. Alright, and then for this assembly, untab the arms from here. They fold down, lock into place, lock into place. Rotate the head around. This will fold back, and it just kind of clicks into place back there. Flip this down. This down, standard, flip out the hand type motions. And there is Motormaster in his robot mode. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with him. He's a pretty solid figure. I don't really have anything negative to say about him. About this. 85 or whatever dollars for it is a bit much. Here he is with a modern deluxe. I'm not going to show him against drag strip, because drag strip's staying in vehicle mode until we get him into combined mode, and then I'm just going to be building it from there. I don't really care for the Stunticons in this set because they all look like garbage except for Motormaster. And here he is with Megatron. So he's a little shorter than Megatron. Definitely in that same size category. Looks pretty good. I gotta say, I think they did a fantastic job with it. For posability, his head is on a swivel, just left and right, no up and down or anything like that. Arms swivel around, friction is out to the side, bicep swivel, bends at the elbow. It's kind of nice that they don't have big gaps in the arms because of the way he kind of comes together. Wrist swivels, waist swivels, hips ratchet up to there, back to there, kind of a softer ratchet out to the side. Thigh swivel, bends at the knee, pretty good range of motion there. No real toe tilt, but there is a rocker. And then we're going to set him off to the side here. If you take the trailer and pull this section here off, you get the sword out, and then you can kind of split this section here to get the gun out. We'll go back to the trailer itself later. But so here's the goofy looking sword. And here's the gun. So you fold this out like this, and this will come up kind of like that, and then you can hold the gun, I suppose. It's the stupidest looking gun. Typical Hasbro when it comes to stuff like that. Nothing great on the gun at all. It's garbage. The sword plugs in his hand. Looks awful. It just looks awful. The figure itself looks pretty good though. Let me give him one of Drag Strip's guns. That's better. That's already better. So, you know, if you have another 5mm port gun laying around, I would definitely give him that and pass on the sword. Past that, I mean, his weapons suck. So, but yeah, I think he looks pretty good. I would give him the guns suck. He costs a lot, and you know the trailer doesn't do much for Motormaster except for turn into like a pedal station. Let's see. There's one piece in here. So if you fold this up, I'll show off part of the battle station because this has nowhere else to go. This is an extra piece from the actual combined mode. So you want to fold this up like this, and then this can come down like this if you want, and these come to the side, and then you can put the gun up here and work it like a turret. So I mean, I guess, you know, if that's what you want to do, cool, whatever. You got nothing else you can do with this. I'm not going to do the full battle station mode, like I said. One thing to point out is you can take Dragstrip's guns here and plug them in. And it's got ports here and here, here and here. So you might be able to, and some here and here, might be able to store all the Stunticon guns onto this little turret station. But who cares? Alright, so let's get him transformed again. For score on him, though, I'd probably give him 7 out of 10. Now, don't let the score fool you. I do highly recommend it. The price point is pretty high for what you're getting. If you're just getting Motormaster, I can't recommend it for just Motormaster. If they were to release this alone, then for like, you know, $30, then I would say yes, pick it up. But if you're looking for just Motormaster, I can't recommend it that much. It's pretty steep for what it is. So, all right, and then let's see here. What do we do here? This comes down like this, right? These will untab. And then what we want to do, rotate the waist and then rotate the thighs so that they're like this. And then we can take the arms here, just fold out like this, I believe. And this will come up. This comes down. The Menasor head comes up. I've done this once, so bear with me. I might have to go grab the instructions just because I may not remember how to do this. Fold the antenna up. So that all looks good. Then does this come down? I think these come up, right? Trying to remember here. Oh, I think they go like this. Or something of this nature. This will kind of like form his backpack type thing. And then we can take the legs and we want to open this up so we can accordion this all the way in, and then we close it back up as we rotate it up, and then this tab here will plug into this slot here, so just kind of have to line it up. Takes a little coaxing. Eventually you get it, and then this will come down and just fold straight down like this. Same thing on this side. So you open this up, collapse this in, and this comes up, locks into place, and then this will come down, locks into place, locks into place, and there you have your torso. Pretty solid piece. I mean, this thing, like this back assembly could be a little bit tighter, I guess. I'm just trying to nitpick here. Like maybe this could have cleaned up a tad better. I don't have a lot negative to say about how this folds up. So it's like the truck mode is the weak mode, and it's like if you had to pick one out of 3 modes for a combiner to not do right, the truck mode is the correct one to sacrifice. All right, so now we got this piece here. This is the leg. You just fold this piece here, comes up, locks into place. This comes back down all the way, just like that. And there's like, so this will be the right leg. And once we plug in a car, we don't have one to plug in, but once we plug it in, this will lock it in. It appears, and then this will be, you know, the front of the leg. So that's kind of cool. But, you know, obviously we don't have the legs yet. So we'll do the same thing for the other leg. down, just like that. Just like that. There's your legs. Pretty simple. Nice heel spur. I mean, it's kind of ugly for sure, but I mean, it's a very sturdy heel spur. We'll go back to the legs in a bit. Arms. So what we want to do here is you fold this down like this. That'll lock that into place, and once you have the car, you can lock it in right here, and then it auto morphs it. We'll show that off with drag strip here in a bit. So fold this down. This will come in like this. The wheels will come up like that. This assembly will come back and in, locking this all into place. It's pretty sturdy there. And then we fold this up, and then this will come. This rotates up like this and locks into place there. Fold this up, kind of collapse that in, just like that. And there we have his left arm. Pretty simple. His right arm, fold this back, collapse this up. Alright, and then we can take your drag strip. Oh, fold the hand down. Take your drag strip, and essentially this little plug here plugs into this slot here. That's what detaches the car. But you take it and you just line it up and you just tab it on. Just like that. And then from there you're able to transform it. So it's like, I get where they got the gimmick. You know, it's kind of cheesy, but you know what? It does work. So this will come up. That yellow piece locks kind of in there. That comes down. That comes down. Fold this like this. And there you have his right arm. And like I said, the drag strip, it's pretty well on there. It came out a little bit there with the bottom part. But the top part held pretty well. Not too shabby at all, I gotta say. Alright, and then the last piece. Fold the legs down. And then you rotate this around like this. Waist comes around. This will fold down. So, there you go. Now, to combine them all, start off by taking the torso piece, and there's two circles here, and this plug here. Plug, circle, circle. So line those up, and I think these little tabs here and here go into here and here. So it's got a number of little connector pieces. And then once you get that in, you take this little purple piece, fold this up. That locks in. He is solid. These will come up to kind of close those gaps, and then you can take the arms here, slide those down, just like that. Just like that. And then you take the legs here, and it's really cool because they put a little notch, this little extra piece here, and then a notch here, so you cannot mix up left and right legs. And they just kind of slide on there, just like that. And there we have Menasor in his combine mode. And I would show him off against the New Age one, but I've actually already sold him because I didn't. Or is it New Age or I can't remember. I couldn't find the leg bots, and I just kind of gave up on it. Let me move that back. All right. Here he is with the Zeta Legends one, though. So he's quite a bit bigger than him, which works for me. And here he is next to Megatron. And a deluxe. So you can see that. So there you go. For posability, head is not in screen. I kind of untab there. So his head is on a swivel, so you get the left and right. No real up and down though. Ratcheted shoulders all the way around. Ratcheted out to the side. I'm trying to do this so you guys can see. I know it's at a weird, awkward angle, but bicep swivel. Ratcheted elbow. Wrist ratchets. I wonder. It's on a pin. Whew. Oh, there's screws down here. Okay. I'm just curious on when a third-party company will come along and give an upgrade to his hands. Waist swivel, no ratchets there. Ratcheted hips. Out to the side. Out there. Thigh swivel. Bends at the knee. Toe tilts up, but nothing really down. But it does have a good rocker. And he can stand straight up and down. Looks awkward, but he can do it. And then instructions were showing me that you're supposed to take this and be his little turret. You know, you gotta give Hasbro a little credit that at least they're humorous in their ridiculousness. I mean, I don't know. And he can hold the sword, obviously, but it looks stupid. It looks so stupid. But all that being said, this is one of the best combiners I've ever looked at. And easily the best Hasbro combiner of all time so far. And we're still 3 pieces away from being complete, but it's like there's not a whole lot they could do to screw this up for the combine mode. Individual bots, I mean, the drag strip looks like garbage. Most of the other limb bots don't look so good. They have like a whole car holding off or flung off the side. I just don't have any hopes for them. But it's like they put their effort into Menasor and Motormaster, and it shows. The Motormaster is great, and this Menasor is shaping up to be really good. If you're in on these new Hasbro combiners, like I'm hoping that they do more. But if you're in on these, you guys are lucky. Because these things are... this is knocking it out of the park for me. I mean, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, yeah. There are better looking third-party combiners out there that you spend $500-$600 on. This is going to shape up to be, let's see, what, $25 for a deluxe, right? Per per deluxe, so it's less than $200. And you'll be able to pick most of them up at Walmart. I never saw the Menasor show up, or Motormaster show up at my Walmart, so I had to order it from BBTS. But the point remains is that, you know, I mean, I could still pick up the drag strip from my Walmart. So point remains is that it's. I'm glad I picked this up because I was almost ready to bail on it. Just like, hey, I don't really need another combiner in my life. I'm really glad I didn't, because this thing is really good. I can't go into a score yet, because I want to wait till it's complete. For this set for $85, I think it is worth it. I think it hits everything that it needs to hit. I hope that they're able to replicate this with other combiners. It's going to be a little bit more challenging once you get into like Silverbolt and Superion, because it's like, what can you hide all of this in, essentially, with Silverbolt. But, you know, once they figure out what they're doing with those things, yeah, I want to see the whole line like this. I know a lot of people were saying that this is going to be in scale with the Titan class. And I can tell you it's not. This is, I would say, probably a little bit bigger than the Combiner Wars stuff, and that's just going off of my memory. It's you know, chug scale combiner, you know, the standard class. Nothing too big and fancy about it, but it's a pretty decent offering. Like I said, I'm eagerly waiting for a third-party add-on kit for new hands and maybe a new sword and gun. I think that would be pretty cool. We'll see what happens. But as it is, I'm really happy with my purchase. I think if you're in the Chug collection, I think this is going to be a great way. This kills that Combiner Wars Menasor so badly, and it's not even complete. Like, this is that much better than that one. Is that even if you don't ever complete it, it's still a better figure. That's how good this one is. I'm gushing over this figure. I'm so happy because it's like the last few videos I did before I recorded this one. Let's see, there was a KO, like some KOs that I was like, oh, these are okay, and then the KO Prime, which wasn't all that great. I also shot the Astro Train, the Fans Toys Astro Train, which, you know, it's a great figure, but it's not great for that price that I spent on it. And then, like, you know, revisiting the Blitzwing and the Octane, and it's just like, man, I needed a win, and I just got a box of stuff from BBTS, and those are what we're going to be looking at for the next few days, or next few reviews after this, and I couldn't be happier right now. This has really revitalized me. You know, the whole box, for the most part, has revitalized me in a lot of ways. It's just refreshing to have a bunch of stuff that are actually great, and this is one of the ones leading the packs here. I'm in on this line completely, and as it sits, if they do the rest of the combiners, these are going to be my combiners. I sat there and I'm like, man, I want to do combiners. Just a quick side story. And I've talked to you guys about this before. And my thought was, okay, I can do the Legends combiners. Doing the Legends combiners are smaller, so they take up less space. So that you know, my problem is I don't have enough space to have these 2-foot tall combiners sitting around. So that was my plan. But what ended up happening is so I got the, I spent $300 on the Defense, or Devastator. I spent, let's see, 40, 80, 160, 240 on the Superion. And I spent, I think, 200 on the Menasor that I had, and I still was missing 2 pieces. And the problem is like the quality on these Legends are, you know, up and down, up and down. I'm not sitting there saying that Hasbro isn't up and down. But, you know, so the quality isn't the greatest, but also the, you know, the figures themselves, they're small, they're not great looking, and they're expensive. These Legend figures are getting so expensive these days. You know, sitting here saying like, okay, yeah, this wasn't expensive. You know, I spent almost the same much as the Zeta. About, let's see, what, 15 times 4, $60 less. In the end, I'll pay about $60 less for this guy than the Superion. But you know what? I feel like I could throw this guy up against the wall. Pieces will fall up, and I can just put it back together. I don't have to worry about it breaking and shattering in a billion different pieces. So, anyway, my point is, if they do all the figures like this, I'm fully in. I'm excited. I mean, I don't know if they're going to redo the Devastator and the Predaking. Just because, you know, reasons, you know. But I am interested to see if they end up redoing the rest of them, because I mean, I would love to have a full set of combiners that I can put on a combiner shelf away from my masterpiece collection and just be like, these are my this is my combiner shelf, and then maybe put like a little Legends Optimus Prime or something on there, or maybe even those little mini bots from the Perceptor, and say that these are my combiners. And then my city bots, I have no idea what to do. I just don't have a way to do city bots that I'm happy with yet. So, but anyway, total off topic there. Anyway, I recommend them. Definitely look about picking them up if you're into the Chug collections.